Good afternoon, Dave here, ready for part 2 of my vintage watch unboxing series. Very excited because it's a beautiful afternoon. I've got a beer that's close, a son that's far away upstairs napping, so let's begin. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you some updates on watches that I've sold, as well as what we've picked to list for this round. So digging right in, we got a nice Seiko watch. This one is, it looks like an SQ. So gonna do some homework to figure out what that is worth. I just am putting one up this weekend, and it looks like even in bad shape, if they're running, they can go for $20 to $50. So excited about that. Let's see here, this one's kind of colorful. It's an Anne Klein, and with a colorful wristband. Gonna do some homework on that. It's in good shape. If I can get it running, this could also bring some money. It's a nice reputable brand. It looks pretty new and unused. So just again, may need a battery. Digging around further, here we have a Casio Illuminator, and I have another Casio that's up right now. If those are in working condition, they can go for 20 to 30 bucks. So again, if I can get the battery out of this, replaced, and prove that it works, probably $20 all day. Very happy about that. Looking up, here's the next one. Got a vintage Timex electric. Interesting red dial, very odd shape, smacks of like 70s. Interesting battery replacement on the back. So I'm gonna have to do some homework on this to see if it's rare, if it's common, or what. So also very cool. Let's dig around, find something else. Another really old appearing Timex. It's got a big leather band, so that speaks to being probably from the 70s. Seems to wind. And not working just yet. So this could be something that's for parts. I'm gonna have to inspect it, do a little more homework, and figure out, it's got a serial number at the bottom, what I can get for that. Let's take a sip. Okay, other interesting ones here. Another leather band, speaks to 70s or 80s. DKNY is a popular brand. Not sure if it's valuable in the watch arena, so I'll do homework on that. Fossil. This is a really great lot. I gotta give my props to Tom, who again still wishes to remain anonymous, but very grateful for having a great purchase price for this box and able to get so much with a lot of meat left on the bone. So this is a Fossil watch, 100 meters, and it says Nordstrom on the back. So it's probably a series made for them. That might hurt its value a little bit, but again, if I can get it running, and there are Fossil collectors that, just like the appearance of the face, then it may not matter. Again, paid $100 for this entire box, so we'll see. I'll take a look at maybe 2 more watches, and then I'm gonna do some homework and then start another segment to the video. This one's Lexington quartz, never heard of them, so gonna do some homework. And just, let's grab randomly one more here. L'Express, or maybe a French brand, could be from the 80s. Nice leather band, it's a quartz watch. Nothing written on the back, so this could just be a cheapo watch, but again, I'll do a little bit of a search on eBay, see what I got. So I'm gonna do some homework, try to put some batteries in, see what's working, and then I will restart the video and we'll talk about what we're putting up and what has sold or not sold recently. All right, guys, I'm back. Baby is again napping, so I have some time to quickly go through the results of the homework I did. So first one was a Lexington. Turns out it's not a special brand, probably not worth getting to run, but maybe more suited for putting in a lot to resell. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get to these 2 yet, the DKNY and the Fossil, because they weren't as impressive as the next 5. So these are my final 5 that I'm gonna go through. One was the Seiko. I was able to get a battery in, get it running. Unfortunately, between getting it running and now, at the time of filming, it's not running again. So I'm probably gonna include this in a lot of non-working Seiko watches as I can accumulate them. So that way, if someone wants parts for nice ones, they can get that. Next, haven't listed this yet, but really cool. It's the Casio Illuminator. I was able to get it running. As you can see, there's digital work in there. So excited to see what I could get for that. I think I'm gonna start it at around $20. When I'm not sure what I'm doing with a new piece that I'm trying to resell, I'll always start it at auction. That way I can kind of see what the market is, especially if there aren't a lot of them. There aren't a lot of this specific ankline, so I am starting it at $15. It works. It's already up, actually. I listed it last night. This Timex was really unique. There was only one other one out there on the internet for sale for 75 bucks, but working. Mine isn't. It's got a funny type of battery that I don't think it's worth buying a multi-pack of because I'm not going to see this kind of battery very often. And it's missing a second hand. So I'm going to probably end up just listing it as for parts. So if someone has an interesting one of these and it is collectible, great. I'll start it at 10 bucks just to move it along. The last one is the most interesting. I did a little homework and it's a Timex Marlin and it's from the 60s. So the really cool one I found in part one, I still have listed it's from the 70s. This is a decade older. So very excited to see what I can get for that. Stay tuned on my listings. All right, now time for a brief recap. I am going to first talk about the watch that I sold. I found that putting watches in auction format tends not to be super lucrative unless it's rare. It can be helpful to learn what something's worth, but if you're not sure, start with that. And then if it fails to sell, put it up for fixed price and see what people offer you. So I was able to sell this Fossil watch for $20, which is 1/5 of what I paid for the entire box of watches. Very happy so far. Still up for sale at the time of this video posting is the 1970s Timex leather band watch, which I think is really cool. Didn't sell at auction again, but I put it up at fixed price, gonna see if it attracts any offers or interest. Now on to the fresh new 5 listings that I'm putting up. First is a Seiko that I put up actually before I filmed this video. It's in place of the other Seiko that needs to be sold for parts. So going to start this one at 20. It has some scratches to the face, but nicer ones have gone for much more than that, so I think 20 is a fair place to start. Then we have the Anne Klein ladies watch with the mother of pearl dial. That one did not seem to have a lot of other versions of it out there on sale, so I figured $15 will attract some interest. Again, until I know what it's worth, I'm going to put it up at auction and then maybe do a fixed price listing if it doesn't sell for $15. After that, we've got the circa 1960s or 70s Timex electric watch with the red dial. This one is rare, but it's not in working condition and it's missing some parts. So I figured I'd start it at $10, see if anyone wants to duke it out to try to buy this one for parts. After that, we have the vintage 90s Casio Illuminator alarm chronograph watch, which really speaks to me. It looks sharp because I was a nerd in the early 90s when this watch came out. So I think 25 bucks is a great starting point, might attract multiple bidders, and we'll see if it can go for more than 40, which it has sold for at Buy It Now at times. And lastly, I think we have what might be the belle of the ball ultimately. It's a vintage 1960s era Timex Marlin wind-up watch. It's got a thick leather strap. It's in working condition. I think it should go for a lot more than the $60 that I listed it for, but because I've seen nothing similar on eBay so far, that's what I'm going to start it at, and I'm going to see if it can get bid up. Even if it only goes for 60 bucks, that's 60% of what I paid for the entire lot of watches. Thanks so much to everybody for watching part 2 of my series. I hope that you check back soon for part 3, where I recap what has sold so far and pull even more new watches from the box to sell. As always, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please share with others if you think they may learn a thing or two. And please subscribe to the channel if you want to continue to see things that I buy and sell to try to sharpen your eye when you go and do the same thing.